that is another story. Let's show you how Mike Marshall's swing was in this ball game. He lines a single in the gap to right center. Mike Davis will trot home. 3-1 Dodgers. That in the third. In the sixth, after Lance Parrish had doubled off Sutton, Craig James singles left scoring Parrish, cutting it to 3-2. Top of the ninth, Jay Howell in relief. Chris James is on third, and Darrell Dalton goes down swinging. Dodgers hold on to win it 3-2. Steve Sachs creeping in for a little on-camera time along with Mike Marshall. 3-2, the Dodgers get the victory. Sutton, his 324th career win, giving up 2 runs on 8 hits in 5 2/3 innings worked, and it was Howell that got the save in the game. Meanwhile, Montreal and San Diego, 3-2 the final there. Ed Whitson at one point had retired 14 straight. He, along with Lance McCullers' team, on a 4-hitter as they beat the Expos. Now, the Cincinnati Reds went up against the red-hot Pirates Saturday afternoon. Now, you know it's interesting. A couple of weeks ago, after the Pirates were swept by the Dodgers, everyone thought the Bucks were done. Uh-oh, no. Not with Barry Bonds and company. A beautiful night there on the banks of the Ohio. And watch this. It's Rafael Belliard flagging it down. He has no play here as Chris Sabo lines the shot to make it 1-0 Reds. Jim Leyland looked as Dunn loaded the bases. Tough night for him. Here he walks Paul O'Neill, forcing Barry Larkin. It's 2-0 Reds. Bad night for Mr. Dunn. After Bo Diaz struck out, Lloyd McClendon singles to left. That scores Sabo with the third run. Dunn threw a total of 38 pitches in the first inning, and the Pirates were down 4-0. But the Bucks come back in the bottom half of the first. R.J. Reynolds wraps this one nicely into right. That one's Reynolds' wrap, and that cut it to 4-3. But Mario Soto and John Franco shut down the Pirates from there. Randy Milligan will ground out to end it. And the Reds go on to win it by a final score of 5-3. Eric the Red with his 6th homer in the game. Cincinnati with the victory, and Soto is now 2-2. At the Astrodome in Houston, the Cubs met the Stros. Top of the first, Sean Dunston on third. Mark Grace on first. Andre Dawson pops up. A Nepper offering. Kevin Bass makes the catch. Dunston tags and scores. Dawson's 100th career RBI, 1-0 Chicago. 1,000th career RBI, I should say. Bottom of the first, Kevin Bass with a single to right. Billy Hatcher scores. Jim Sundberg's throw to third doesn't get Bill Doran. As it goes into left field, Doran and Vance Law get tied up. Interference rule. Dutch Rennert is the umpire, and he says Doran's got to score. That'll bring Popeye out. 2-1 Astros. We move on now to the top of the ninth. 3-1 Houston. Dave Smith in relief of Nepper. And he gets Martinez. Dave Martinez there swinging. 3-1 as Nepper beats Nipper. Say that several times fast, and at this hour of the night, you may have some problems. 3-1, the final score. Houston just a game behind Los Angeles in the National League West. At Candlestick in San Francisco, the Giants taking on the Mets. Windy day at the Stick. Mets draw first blood in the third as Mackie Sasser airs the drive, crushing Kruko, and it's 1-0 Mets, a solo shot. Bottom of the third, Giants answer back. Runners at first and third. Robbie Thompson lofts a fly to right center. The wind gets it. Len Dykstra can't reach it. It's a triple for Thompson. Jose Uribe, Brett Butler both score, and it's 2-1 Giants. Mike Kruko did pitch well. Here he gets Darryl Strawberry on strikes. 5 strikeouts for Kruko over 7 2/3 innings. Top of the 8th, 2 on, 2 out. Atlee Hammaker. Oh, with a sweet pitch to Hernandez. He gets him swinging. Giants go on to win it 3-2. Kruko gets the W. Hammaker will come up with the save, and the Mets lead down to just a game in the National League East. And in a great game played in St. Louis, it lasted 19 innings. The Braves win it 7-5. Ken Griffey with a 2-out double in the 19th off Jose Oquendo was the winner. It's a 5-hour and 40-minute game. And by the way, in this game, baseball's record for most balks in a season was broken when Rick Mailer balked in the 12th inning. 357 total balks in the major leagues now. That's an all-time record. 242 of those in the American League, 115 in the National League. Speaking of the American League, where they have more balks than in the National, they have more baseball. We'll tell you about that when we come back. 2 on, Mark Maguire. Uh-oh! See ya! Left field, 3-run Taters. 3-0 A's. Mike Botaker with some bad luck. Now in the 4th, A's up 4-0. The Cobra, Dave Parker, way up and gone. Make it 7-0 now for the A's. Maguire with a great catch here, defensively robbing Larry Sheets, diving by Maguire. Then Bob Welch was tough going the distance against Keith Hughes. Valpe swung on and missed. And then Larry Sheets swung on and missed. And the A's win it by a score of 8-0. First American League shutout for Welch and his 5th straight win. 8-0 the final score, and Welch moves to 6-2 on the year. At Arlington, Texas, the Rangers and Royals went at it. It's been a tough year for Charlie Leibrandt, off to a 1-5 start. Scott Fletcher with a little flare into shallow left that falls in for a single. Steve Buechele will score, and right behind him is Gary Brown, capping a 4-run Rangers second. 4-0 Texas. Third inning now. George Brett, the batter. He takes guest starter Jeff Russell down the first base line. Pete O'Brien, Willie Wilson will motor in from second to score. Sierra holds Brett to a single. Nice job. The Royals climb back to a 4-2. Leibrandt's problems continue. Mike Stanley, goodbye. I mean, it's history, folks. A 2-run shot in the bottom of the third. That made it 6-2. Rangers go on to win it 6-3. Leibrandt gives up 10 hits in 3 innings work, 6 earned runs. Rangers are now alone in second place behind the Athletics. At Yankee Stadium, the Bronx Bombers got off to a good start against the Halos. Bottom of the 4th, Dan Petrie on the hill. Don Mattingly with a deep drive. Look at that, White. It's gone. Phil didn't do the game, but I thought I'd mention that had he would have said that. Bottom of the 5th, nobody on. Dave Winfield golfs one to left. It gets out quickly, quicker than the appendix of his book. 2-0 New York. Still in the 5th. Runners at first and second. Rafael Santana with a base hit to left. Johnny Ray looks like an infielder playing the outfield. It went through his legs. He'll go to the wall. 4-0 New York. Jim Lilland's trade looks good there, doesn't it? Top of the 6th, Tommy John cruising along. Bob Boone is at the plate. A little grounder. Hags makes the play. Boone still lumbering, and you got to love that, Billy. Tommy John also chuckling in the background, and why not? It's Righetti getting the save, his first start, or I should say his first appearance since May 2nd. He gets his 5th save. If Righetti turns it on, look out for New York in the AL East. John with his 279th career win. The Minnesota Twins got a great game from Les Straker this afternoon in Detroit. Pick it up in the 3rd. Twins leading. Gary Gaetti singles to center. Steve Lombardozzi scores. 2-0 Twinkies. Next batter, Gene Larkin singles to right off Frank Tanana. Pocket his way home. And Sheridan throws off. 3-0 Minnesota. Next inning, score still 3-0. Mark Davidson at the plate. Get it high, get it long, and if the wind is blowing just right, it's gone, folks. It's 4-0 now. Now, Les Straker cruising along, almost lost the shutout, though. Here, Lou Whitaker sends this one deep to right field. Where is it? It's caught. That's what happens. And Les looks a little concerned at this point. Take a couple of deep breaths. You're close to that first shutout. Straker in the 8th. Blows this one inside. Sheridan, well, he couldn't do anything with that one. Sparky knows it. Twins go on to win it by a final score of 7-0. Straker gets his first career shutout just off the 15-day supplemental DL. Straker coming up with a win. Toronto and Chicago, 7-5. The White Sox get the win. They are now 7 games behind the A's. LaPointe gets his 4th win. And Boston beats Seattle, the 4th shutout of the year for Rocket Roger Clemens. Sam Horn gets his 2nd homer in as many days. And Cleveland beating Milwaukee. Dale Swain with his 4th homer of the year. A solo shot in the 4th. The Tribe win it by a score of 6-4.
The Texas Rangers went for win number 8 in a row, and they are playing some great ball right now. Bases loaded, 2nd inning against Charlie Leibrandt. Scooter Fletcher, a little flare toward left field. Steve Buechele and Jerry Brown cross the plate. Rangers explode for a 4-0 lead. Bottom of the 7th, Royals trying to get back in it. Doing it with a little bit of defense. Watch Frank White go out here and snare this ball. Great play by Frank White to Bob Brower of a hit. Royals then threaten in the 9th. 1st and 3rd against Mitch Williams, who's been terrific out of the pen this year. Bo Jackson on 3rd. Watch Williams. Great move to 1st. Picking off Kurt Stillwell. That's 2 down. And then Williams loads up and against Willie Wilson blows it by him to strike him out. Williams 9 for 9 on the year in save situations as the Texas Rangers win their 8th straight ball game, but remain 6.5 games behind the Oakland A's in the race for first, if you can call it a race. in the American League West, because in Baltimore tonight, Mark Maguire against Mike Botaker, one of the best young hitters and one of the most troubled pitchers. Guess who won this one? With one swing, it was 3-0 on one hit. A's led early, number 9 on the year for Maguire. Meanwhile, Walt Weiss, watch this very carefully. Sack fly to left field. Watch Ron Hasse come in. Watch Hasse trip and fall and stumble and somehow, with a throw that beat him, get in. Meanwhile, Botaker victimized again by the long ball. Another 3-run home run, this by Dave Parker. Botaker took an exit, took an early shower, and it was all defense. Watch Mark Maguire. Great defensive stop of a Larry Sheets foul line drive as Bob Welch recorded his 24th career shutout. Botaker lost for the 8th time this year, the 13th straight loss for Botaker over the last 2 years. Baltimore loses for the 30th time this year as the A's snap a 3-game losing streak. Got all that? At Comiskey Park, the White Sox beat Toronto. A light-hitting Fred Manrique hit his second home run of the year, a 3-run shot, drove in 4 runs. The Blue Jays fall to 5 games under 500, Gary.
As we move to mid-May, Detroit is the only defending divisional champion enjoying a better-than-break-even record thus far. The Tigers are roaring again and came into this afternoon's encounter with the reigning world champion Twins, riding a 3-game winning streak, just a half game from the Yankees' lead. And Dan Petrie, or Frank Tanana, rather, we'll get to Petrie in a moment, he was facing the Yankees. Tanana had the Twins in trouble, but they opened up on him in the 3rd inning. Gene Larkin had 3 hits. He has been eating lefties all season. Ken Herbeck hit this line shot up the middle, and Larkin scored one of 2 runs on the day, and Les Straker did the rest. Gary Gaddy playing shortstop against the shift on Darrell Evans, and Straker gets his first complete game victory ever, his first shutout since he was in Double-A at Orlando in 1985. It's only their 4th road win. Jack Morris against Frank Viola on Sunday. Viola will try to extend his shutout streak from 30 1/3. Now to Petrie facing the Yankees, and Don Mattingly at the plate ended the longest home run drought of his career earlier this week and went at it again. A 2-out solo shot after Petrie had set down 10 in a row breaks a scoreless tie. Bottom of the 5th, 1 out, 2 on. When Rafael Santana hits this drive, and Johnny Ray, a little over-anxious, overruns the ball. Pagliarulo and Don Slott come in to score. Santana ends up with a triple, and Billy Martin smiling for a change. Tommy John was brilliant on the afternoon. 18 ground ball outs. This one of the more spectacular ones. Pagliarulo puts it away to end the game. John, win number 279 on his career. Dave Righetti came out of the bullpen for his first save since April 19th, as the Yanks are now 12-6 at home, best in the American League. On to Fenway Park, and Roger Clemens, who had shut out Kansas City on Monday, with a man on against Seattle. Dave Valley hits a shot, but right at Marty Barrett. He'll double off Ken Phelps. Clemens out of any trouble. Then in the bottom of the 2nd, still scoreless, Scott Bankhead coming off that surgery over the winter, getting his first start and getting rocketed by Sam Horn. His 2nd home run in as many days, 1-0 Red Sox. Clemens was unhittable from there on. The bottom dropped out on this breaking ball. Ray Quinones, the victim in the 5th. Then Mike Greenwald, who exploded on Friday, added to it again with 2 more doubles this afternoon. Glenn Wilson almost earning Play of the Day honors, but couldn't hold on to it. Greenwald knocks in 2 more as the Red Sox took a 3-0 lead, then left it to Clemens. With 2 on in the 9th, he freezes Phelps, his 10th strikeout, his 6th 10-strikeout game of the season, and his 2nd 3-hit shutout of the week. He now has 93 strikeouts. Mark Langston goes against Bruce Hurst on Sunday. Langston now 14 behind Clemens' Major League lead. In Milwaukee, the Streakers from Sud City at it again, dropping their 5th straight just after winning 10 in a row. The Indians have won 5 in a row. They've surged back into 2nd. They are now just a game behind the Yanks. Pittsburgh has kept plugging and had an opportunity to tie for the lead in the East. The Reds are finding out just how hard they are to beat in Three Rivers Stadium. One of the reasons they're drawing big crowds, but they're down 4-0 in the 1st in front of 28,000 when they staged their own offensive onslaught. R.J. Reynolds with 2 on greets Mario Soto with this double, 4-3. The Reds still held the lead when Jose Lean tries to get some back, thinks it's foul, wants the convergence, and Lloyd McClendon, did he get it?
I guess so.
Yes. It cost him the seat of his pants, but it stayed that way. 7 runs, all in the 1st inning until this in the 9th. Barry Jones, who had 15 1/3 scoreless, watches this towering shot up the bat of Eric Davis. his 6th home run of the year. That sealed their fate. Cincinnati wins it 5-3. Soto win number 99 of his career in his 6th try. It snaps the 4-game winning streak for the Bucks, who also placed Vicente Palacios down to AAA and activated Brian Fisher. This afternoon in Candlestick, the Mets trying to make up room. Mike Eldreddy reading those standings closely as the Giants tried to move to 500 in a windswept Candlestick, and history for Mackie Sasser. The first home run of his major league career as the Mets catcher breaks a scoreless tie. Ron Darling couldn't hold it, though. Robbie Thompson hits one into that wind. Lenny Dykstra goes back, but it just keeps on blowing. Over his head, Jose Uribe and Brett Butler were on the run on a hit and run, and both score. Giants take a 2-1 lead on the triple. Top of the 8th, 2 on, 2 outs. Mets threatening. Hammaker on in relief, and he strikes out Keith Hernandez. Mike Krukow smiling big because he started the game and got the win. Hammaker makes the save. It's the first time in a month the Mets have lost back-to-back games. Also the first time in a month the Giants have won 2 straight. At the Astrodome. First inning, Cubs nursing a 1-0 lead. Al Nipper gives up this laser beam off the bat of Kevin Bass. Dawson with the cannon shot. Can't get the runner at home. They try to nail Doran at third, but Damon Berryhill's throw goes into left. Vance Law kept him at third, and they say it was interference. They send the runner home. Law and Don Zimmer argue, but it comes in for 2 runs on the hit by Bass. Bob Knepper did the rest. Got some tremendous defensive support here. Gerald Young comes streaking in to rob Darren Jackson. Knepper remains unbeaten on the season. First time in 6 tries he's beaten the Cubs. His ERA is now 0.85. The lone run for the Cubs coming on Andre Dawson's 1,000th career RBI.